Hey everyone. Okay, so I just filmed the Carter tour, but now I'm filming my experience with the Jack and Jack thing. Okay, so it was early in the morning, and like there was a lot of problems this morning. We were late, and we didn't get to sign up for a Matthew's meet and greet, and I was so completely bummed out. And yeah, I was like really sad about that. But like I had fun the day. It was amazing. I would do it all over again. I mean, I would be late and stuff like that. Because still not meeting them, it was an amazing time. I mean, I would try to get there early to get better viewing in the concert. Yeah. Um, so basically what happened, we were late because my friend's dad who drove me and her, uh, um, he had a problem with his card and like he was yelling at Jeff from MasterCard. It was hilarious, and because he was wondering why it wouldn't work, and it's apparently he missed the deadline because it like shut down and stuff like that. So like it was really funny. Oh my gosh, it was completely hilarious. If you were there, you would have laughed your butt off. But yeah, when we arrived, we asked like when the times were for Matthew's meet and greet. They're like, oh, Matthew's meet and greet thing is done, and I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, you had to sign up about 30 minutes ago. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I was completely bummed, and I kept saying, can you like get us on the list? And they're like, sorry, no, it's done. And we didn't get to meet Jack and Jack either, but we were too busy doing electronic things at the Verizon store. I mean, I don't care if I really met them or not. I just had a great time seeing them perform because it's my first time. And I'll obviously go see them in the future at any time. And it was really nice. Like, but about they were coming around with an iPad saying if you wanted to see if you would win $250, and I'm like, okay, why not do it? But my friend took the iPad in front of me, and I was like, I was gonna use that, and she's like, okay, I'll give it to you after. I'm like, okay, and like she did her information, she lost because it tells you right away, and then I did my information before I pressed submit. It said you won, and I'm like, what? And I press submit, and it's like you won $250. I'm like, really? Like, guess I never won anything. Like, mm-mm. So they put a wristband on me, and they're like, here, you need an adult 18 and older to go claim your prize. I'm like, okay. So her father and me and Nicole went in to the Verizon store, and we started like looking at stuff. I got headphones, which are really cool, and I got a portable charger because I know I'm going to more events like these in the future. And I got my friend a phone case, a $40 phone case. It was really nice, but she broke it recently. Whoops. And then she got four free okay, yeah, she got four free phones because all iPhone 5s and 4s and below were free, but the iPhone 6 was $200, which was really good. And like technically she didn't pay for anything because anything that I had left on my gift card that I didn't want and her dad added credit, it paid it off, but they have to pay monthly. So same with other phones, and they switched to Verizon and stuff like that. But while we were in there, Matthew came out and performed, and I was like, what? He never came back out. He left, and I'm like, I didn't even get to lay eyes on him that day. I was like, bruh. And I went there for him too. Like, I wanted to like see him, meet him. Like, at least seeing him, that would have been great. But yeah. But after that, I went back outside because I wanted to get good things. And I went into the mosh pit. I snuck in, and I ended up getting like second row. But I was staying there for a few hours. But then when they were doing another giveaway thingy, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't for any like meet and greet. Um, they made us go back and stuff like that, and I never would have gotten back to the front. I'm like, why not? I just left and stuff like that. I got pushed all the way back. I'm like, yeah. And I went back into the store, and I had trouble with the guard. He's like, you can't get back in there because there's a line. I'm like, well, my family and friends are in there. He's like, so? and like I was on the phone and the person who worked there, I forgot her name, but she's like, hey, when you need to come back in, just tell me. And I'm like, okay. And I called Nicole's dad, and I'm like, hey, I need to get back in. And he's like, okay. And the security, and he was right by the window. I'm like, he's right there. And he's like, does she belong to you? And I'm like, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, he let me in, and after a hassle, I'm like, just wanted to flick him off and stuff like that, but I didn't because I'm nice. But anyways, yeah. Back into the store, and we were waiting for Jack and Jack because turns out Matthew was in the store by my friend Nicole, and he bumped into her, and like his shoulder hit her shoulder, and he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, babe. And I'm like, bruh, like, oh my god. And they were like a few feet away, and everyone was like, she didn't even get a picture with him. Like, I would have ran up and been like, Matthew, take a picture with me. Like, since you bumped me, take a picture with me. Yeah, and then he did like this DJ to Something Big in which is Shawn Mendes's latest song in the thing. And then like while we were waiting, we get to take these photos of with Matthew, like they're photoshopped really well photoshopped. But yeah, I'll show you mine, and I'll have a digital version. Like, those are fake ones, and that one, like, oh my god, like, this one looks so funny, because someone said it looked like I was looking at his thing down there, but I wasn't, because I didn't even know where he was. So yeah, but I've seen the poses, and I was like, wanted to look funny. So yeah, and then some woman who worked there, she's like, are you guys waiting for Jack and Jack? And I'm like, I don't know, should I answer this? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, I suggest you leave because once Jack and Jack start performing, they're locking down the store because we're not having it what like Matthew was because it was crazy. And I'm like, what? Because it was like 5 minutes until we had to leave. And I'm like, Nicole, we gotta go back out there. And she's like, okay. And like we couldn't get back in the mosh pit because they were like, no, you cannot get through. And I'm like, I got this. So we walked across the street. And I'm like, can I get back in? Can I get into the store? And they're like, yeah. So we went to the store line and we hopped under the fence thingy. We got into the mosh pit and we weren't supposed to be there. And I actually saw some of the people I met at the Carter tour there, which was really good. Which the friends who like jumped the elite VIP with us, the elite VIP seats. But yeah, we watched them perform. They performed Tides, Cold Hearted. And people wanted them to perform Wildlife so badly, but they didn't. But they also performed Fights, and they only performed 3 songs, and I was kind of sad about that. And, like, someone was talking to me on Twitter that night, and they're like, how was the thing? And I was like, I don't know if it was worth it, because we stood out there for, like, 11 hours in, like, 30 degrees weather. They gave us hand warmers and gloves and scarves, and I was thankful for that. But I'm like, I don't know if it was worth it, because we didn't even get to meet them, and, like, we had really bad seats. Even though we were in the mosh pit, like, we couldn't see them that well. I had to stand on my tippy toes and put my hands up really far to get the camera to get at least one good video, and I did. And you'll see those at the end. And, like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know. It wasn't really that worth it. And Jack J was following that girl, and he saw the tweet. So he DM'd me and followed me. And he's like, I'm sorry that you had a bad night, babe, but it truly means a lot that you came out tonight. I'm like, bruh, like, out of all the tweets he had to look at, he looked at the worst one possible. Like, I didn't say I had a bad night, and he's like, I'm sorry your night sucks so bad, or like, those were the words he quoted. And I'm like, oh my god. And I started spamming him saying it wasn't a bad night. And I'm like, now it's a great night because he followed me. Then the next morning, Jack G followed me. And like, I was like, oh my gosh. Just say, wow. And then Alyssa Schaus followed me too. And I was like, great. Like, once you have one famous follower, you get a lot. And you get a lot of fan accounts, and it's so amazing. But yeah, all the pictures and videos that I took and that my friend took are going to be at the end. But yeah, the concert was great and we got free stuff, got phones and stuff like that. And I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Give it a like, a comment if you will, because I really want to start doing vlogs and advice videos and expressing my opinion. And I just want to say again, thank you for watching. It means a lot to me. And click the subscribe button. Why not? Because I will be going to more meet and greets, and tomorrow or later in the future, you will probably see this when I'm done editing. But tomorrow, Saturday, December 6th, I'm going to Jingle Bash, and I'll tell you a lot more about that because I got front row tickets. So you'll see that video probably tomorrow night. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, have fun watching the video. Bye.
Let's do it.